Welcome to my annual Old Orchard I'm looking to kill time-a-thon. As you might be able to hear in the background, they are absolutely rioting here. They are rioting the hell out of this because I'm in downtown New Jersey right now, and they are so excited to be not only just be getting the season underway, but they are rioting the news that Master Crane there's shots fired, there's bombs going off. Master Crane is now the QB for the Vancouver Poop, and everyone says that he has promise. God, but this is really crazy that we're seeing out here. Everyone is furious that he's back in the league after everything that he's done. The news leaked that he was the reason Malfoy was departed, because Malfoy kicked the shit out of him for smoking crystal. And it's really, really, really crazy out there right now, massive. It's not just plant cell fans too. But right here, as we all know, Clooney got records. Clooney himself is a notorious Vancouver Poop fan. He was seen fleeing the area because he was trying to control the riots. There he is with his gun right there. That was a snapshot taken earlier downtown, and I realize that this sucks and has no purpose, but I'm sitting here with absolutely nothing to do. I have a book full of league rumors right here, as you can see, and we just have to go over some things. There's just too much to go over here, too much to even begin to talk about, as they just continue rioting here. They are just outright furious that Crane is back in the league. So as you know, the Old Orchard football season is just, let's get a calendar up here. It is, in 3 weeks, we will be in the second day of playing, and of course that'll probably determine what the playing field is like. The Cells had a very, very bad year last year. Their hearts were not into it right from the start. And it really was just all around that way. I mean, everyone was playing poor, and they were taking longer breaks, and no one wanted to play back again. And we thought this could be the end of the Old Orchard football as we know it. But they're going to give it another go this year, and they really need to bounce back. They can't afford to start off slow or even let a long game get to them. They have to really blast right through this. They got an exciting team this year. Really exciting team. They're not happy here. They're not happy. We have received note that right here in rioting offenses, it lists a bunch of offenses right here that can. Oh my God! This is outright unbelievable. Hold on. Hold up. I'm getting day-to-day and hour-to-hour, minute-to-minute updates here on my BlackBerry. And folks, we are receiving news. This is some shocking. The Grinch is in the midst of this riot right now. I wish we had some video of that, but we hear that he is in the midst of the riot, and we can only hope. He has a past. He has been in jail before. He had, he abducted people. He did all that stuff. He fled when something or other happened that I can't remember and I don't care about. But let's just hope that he stays out of trouble. Not just legal trouble, but let's hope that he doesn't get hurt, because the Cells can absolutely afford to lose him. So if he gets in trouble, let's just hope it's legal and not. Let's just hope he dies instead of legal, because if he dies, no trouble. They still have 2 quarterbacks. If it's legal, then the organization has to get involved. The most they would have to do is say his eulogy or put on a funeral for him and his other living mothers. But anyways, there is not a lot to cover. Everything was basically said in the predictions by myself and Chris Johnson. Jesus Christ. These have been ongoing now. This videos have been going for 5 minutes, but this has been going a whole lot longer. This is now going on, it's like either 15 minutes now, and we're surprised that no authority has stepped in. We've heard no sirens, we've heard nothing. I think the Garden State Police are just letting this thing play out. They have no problem with the fans reacting this way to Crane's readmittance into the league, because he is a heavy crystal meth user. Heavy crystal meth user. He has dealt it, he has smoked it, he has done everything, and he is now the quarterback of the Vancouver Poop. Of course, they had Buzz Lightyear. They have a horrible, horrible roster. No threats anywhere. But Buzz Lightyear has also been a big question mark, because he's 36 years old and was never that good. Now Master Crane steps in at age 22. He almost took the job from Randall Boggs. He actually got some playing time in the Thanksgiving tournaments that were meaningless. But he looked all right in those tourneys, and you know, he could step in and maybe give the Poop a little bit more hope than they had. I mean, right now, let me just get open these two standings right here. Chris Johnson predicted that the Vancouver Poop would finish bottom of the league at 2-10. I myself, I agreed with him, 2-10. And you never know with a QB like Crane, if he keeps a good head on his shoulders, if he quits the meth, if he stays out of legal action, you know, that could become 3-9 or 4-8. Doesn't really matter. Now we're hearing some missiles right now. That's never good, because the only person who is in charge of the missiles is Kent Mansley, who's dead, so it can't be him, and the Iron Giant. So we might have to get another update. The Iron Giant is supplying the missiles. He is out there right now. I wish we could get an interview with him. I really wish that we could learn what his involvement is with these missiles and such. Rapid fire. Rapid fire. This is rapid fire, folks. And we just saw paramedics go to the scene. Oh my goodness. I would really like to get some info on this. There's a lot of paramedics, there's a lot of spectators. It is a crazy scene out there. And, you know, you got to think that this can't just be for Crane. Is there some other news that has been leaked from the cells? We don't know that for sure. You know, hopefully this rapid fire is just proof that they are running out of explosives. This thing is coming to a close. But that can't be guaranteed either. It's just running down the casualties so far. It looks like Max Goof's good friend Cheesa has received. Oh man, he's being taken to a local hospital. He has been hit with shrapnel. They're listing it as shrapnel infecticitis, and he is. It's not looking good. And you can hear the roars over there. Well, you can't, but I heard them. There's roars, and I don't want to speak too soon, but I think that might be the end of the riot, which would quickly mean the end of this video, since I don't really have anything else to say. But I will say that 3 weeks from now, the things... I wish I had better prepared for this. I kind of just did this on a whim, because there was the riots and all. But I could have written up a keys for the cells. Now, I think team chemistry is... If this Master Crane Malfoy thing shows anything, neither is with the team anymore. Of course, when it went down, they did not know of Master Crane's addiction. He is, you know, they got rid of him just a couple days ago after finding out about it. You know, props to them when they did find out about it. They got rid of him right away, but still you gotta wonder, How did it take this long for them to find out? But anyways, when they originally found out about that altercation, Malfoy was dumped immediately. They cannot have, a younger QB getting the shit kicked out of him by a veteran, a guy who's supposed to be a team leader. And, he was trying to be his mentor, but that clearly didn't work out. So team chemistry is going to be the biggest thing. Last year, we saw kind of no heart between the players. Usually they do their little run up and down the fields, fake celebrating. We saw none of that last year. 2 years ago, of course, we had the Woody Yonkers explosion where he screamed, "Come at me," and got to the first ever ejection. And a few years before that, that was the last time we had a fully great season. I think that was the Cells championship year. Yes, that was the championship year of 2008. Now, we have received news that, just going to look over the notes, the Grinch has been airlifted to Lake Woody Cootie Hospital in Nebraska, Louisiana, and we gotta wonder why he's been transported there as opposed to a local hospital. We've got no news on that. It could be something surgery related, or he could just be a false rumor. We don't know. All we know is the Cells don't really need him, although they might if, Boggs gets injured, because of course, the new rules, if forgotten about rules, but just remembering them now, if you roll an ankle or something, depending on the severity, you have to claim an injury to that. So God forbid something like that would happen to Boggs, and Hobbs would have to step in, and if Hobbs shit the bed, who would they look to? There's absolutely no one left on the roster right now, though, although it is a possibility that with the picking up of Master Crane from the Poop, that Buzz Lightyear and the Poop could be done. They could sever ties, and if he enters the free agent market, and the Cells are in the market for a QB, that would be an incredible thing to see Buzz Lightyear throwing passes to Woody Yonka. It would be unbelievable. Of course, in basketball, Buzz Lightyear and Tootal from the corner spot, they had their showdowns when Toy Story and the Plant Cells went head to head. Of course, the hometown team, they'd lead him on with the Buzz karate chop action, and he'd usually bury his shots, and Tootal would come right back and bury his own. It would just be a back and forth. So these battles, seeing them on the same team would certainly be a point of interest. But heading back to the keys to the season, chemistry has got to be right at the top there. They've got to be in this together, and they've really got to, I don't know how to say it, not get bored, pick each other up, not fight. I don't know. Like I said, once the riot ends, I've got nothing to say. So. Looking at other points of interest here is the belief in the analysts so far is that this is the turkey. This is their season. And of course, you've got Captain Jack Sparrow leading as the QB, and this couldn't be good, folks. This might not be good. We heard one shot fire. It looks like it was just a false thing. But yes, they have Jack Sparrow, who is now 29. That is just right in the prime age, and he has just roasted the Cells secondary. I mean, just roasted them from start to finish. And with his weapons of Dink and Turk, I don't know how the game against the two played out last year, but I'm guessing he fried them again. Turk and Dink and Kronk, as I accidentally called him Hagrid before. They are just targets. When you shut down Dink and Turk, then obviously no one's going to be covering Kronk, and that's just a recipe for disaster. It really is. We have noticed one of the things is a lot of the players have taken to Twitter recently,